What's up guys, and welcome back to Tech Plant. Today is going to be another light review, but it is going to be radically different from all other light reviews. I've actually got a really cool power meter and we can actually test and compare. Let's check it out.
Alright, normally I would actually be pulling this out of a box, but I already filmed the whole unboxing on my old setup with the white background, but I like the new setup so much I really wanted to test it out on more of a tech product, and darn it, it looks beautiful. So let's just get started. The contents of the box are pretty simple. You have your light, a power cord, and there was a pamphlet that explained things, but I kind of lost that with the other stuff. So let's take a look at this light and just kind of see its features. On the back side, you can see it's pretty typical. You've got the big driver along with any controls and where the power cords would mount. Now, as far as the features on this light, it does have a dimming switch, which I absolutely love. I can't stand lights that you can't dim because it's just not flexible whatsoever, but this one has a nice dimming switch so you can give yourself whatever power you think the plants need. The power cord on this one is actually pretty interesting. It is very long and very thick, which I like. It is a very quality cord. The cool thing about this one is it has almost like a bayonet quick connect mount. I don't really know how else to describe it, but basically you just twist a little piece and that allows it to lock or unlock. So basically you just take it and you push it in there, give it a slight twist, and it will lock in place. I like this because it's super quick. Some of the other ones are more screw style where you really have to turn it a lot of times to detach it, but with this one it's really quick, but yet it still also locks in place, so I really like that. The hanging hardware is pre-attached to this light, although you will need a rope or a chain or something to hang it from the ceiling with. It does not come with that. Additionally, if you look really closely at the mini power cord looking thing on the back of the panel, you can detach the entire driver from this light, hang it somewhere else, and overall reduce the heat, or just be able to get the light in tighter places. I always like when they make the drivers detachable because it makes it much more flexible for however you plan to implement the light. Looking at the front panel, we can see it is jam-packed with a ton of LEDs. This light will top out at 150 watts, and a nice thing about this one is the panel is actually 15 by 15 inches, where a lot of the other ones are shorter than 12 by 12. So you're going to get a lot bigger spread and a better spread because the actual starting panel is much bigger. It doesn't state what LED diodes they're using, but you'll see in the test they're pretty darn good. Now let's get this thing plugged in and hook it up to a watt meter. Starting at 25% in the dimmer, we're looking at about 76-77 watts. When I put it on the 50% mark, it is at 115 watts. At the 75 mark, we are looking at almost 140 watts. And at 100%, we're looking at 150 watts, which is expected. Good to know that the listing is accurate. Like always, I do a little lift and spread test kind of. You can just see how far the light spreads out, how even it is, if there's any hot spots. It's just typical for what I do in the videos, but the next stuff is going to be the real scientific, awesome stuff. When NextLight reached out to me and asked me if I would do an unboxing about their light, they asked me if I could actually test it and let people know how good it is, but I told them I don't really have any true tools to tell you how much better a light is than another one, because I've never really recommended lights. I just kind of show you what they do, show you the wattage, and that's about all I can do. So they were kind enough to actually send me a PAR meter. So this will get me to the next level with LED light tests. Now I can give you definitive answers on which lights are better than others. NextLight must be pretty darn confident in their light because they sent me a thing that I can actually definitively tell you whether it's good or bad. So let's check it out. So what does PAR stand for with this meter that we're going to be using? Well, it stands for photosynthetically active radiation. And this is the actual usable light by a plant for photosynthesis. Not all lights are equal because of the spectrum that they produce, so really it's measuring the usable spectrum that plants can use. Now it's time to put the actual tech in Tech Plant. We are going to use that PAR meter to compare two lights. We're going to use the ViparSpectra XS1000, and I'm just going to use the dimmer switch on the NextLight. That way we can put them both around 130 watts. So what I've got going on here is I've got the ViparSpectra at 128 watts because that's about where it sits, and I've got it sitting 24 inches off the ground. And we're going to use this grid that I've drawn out on the ground. Each mark is 12 inches apart, and we're going to use that to kind of check the numbers of where the light falls and how much is falling. I'll just put the numbers up on the screen so it's a little clearer for you to see, but you can watch the meter in the bottom right corner to really see what the numbers are on each portion of the grid. Now we're going to switch over the NextLight, and again I set this down to 130 watts even though it is capable of going to 150. Well, actually 128, just so we can match the same wattage draw from the wall of the ViparSpectra. This one is also 24 inches off the ground just to keep everything fair and equal. Starting off in the very center, we were almost at 290. If you remember from the ViparSpectra, that was about 260. So you're getting an additional 30 PAR with this light at the same wattage. I'll go around the circle just like I did with the previous light so you can get an idea of how it spreads out, but you can see the larger form factor of the actual light gives it a little bit better spread. And just to really get the final numbers from this light, I did bump it up to the full 150 watts, and I took some measurements again. I'll put those on the screen, and you can also watch the meter. I'm super excited to actually have this PAR meter because now I can try and make some more objective comparisons of lights, where in the past I can really just kind of show you some basic brightness with the camera, and that's about it. Now I can actually show you which lights have more efficient LEDs and which one is going to give you more bang for your buck. So this is really awesome. Now that you've seen the data, it really is a hard choice because the ViparSpectra light is much cheaper. However, you're not getting as much efficiency over time. So with the NextLight, you're really going to get more over time if you can use these long term, because you're getting a lot more energy out for the energy you're putting in.
Well guys, that pretty much sums up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. The light is absolutely fantastic, and I hope you guys like the new kind of background that I have for my videos. It really makes these unboxings of products and stuff look rather cool with that orange blue light. I really love it. But anyways, I hope you like this more technical review of a light. Now that I have this awesome PAR meter, I can really do a lot more better tests in the future and kind of let you know what lights are capable of. So it's going to bring a lot to this channel, and a big shout out and thanks to NextLight for providing me with one. I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and as always, may your plants grow strong and healthy. I will see you next time.